In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 ways to add records to the system. There is a third way to add records to the system through the financial register, and we'll actually take a look at that in the video on adding transactions. The first thing we'll do is make sure that the record doesn't already exist by searching for the record. And then you'll see that there is a new individual and new organization button at the bottom of the search window. The other method is through the contacts menu. Again, we'll search for the record. And then we can see that there is a new individual button here. And if we search for organizations, there is a new organization button here. If you're searching by all, you'll notice that there is no button here because the system can't tell if you're looking for an individual or an organization. I'm going to start off with adding a new individual. And then we can go ahead and fill in the information for this particular individual. You'll notice that there is a candidate checkbox here. So if the record that we're attempting to create is a candidate, you'll want to make sure that you check the box and then fill in the information for that particular candidate with their district code, so the state, and the number of their district, and then their candidate ID. There is also a button for incumbent. You can actually add information for that as well. This candidate information is required for compliance reports, whereas this incumbent information is not. So if you don't want to enter this incumbent information, you don't have to. There is a spot here for a spouse to be connected to this particular record. And you can see, if the spouse already existed in the system, they would show up in the search results here. In this case, this person does not, so we can add a new individual as well. You'll notice that these two buttons will not work if the original Ed Delahunty record has not been saved yet, because there is no phone or address to be moved to this new record. Once you have all the information entered, you can use any one of the green save buttons to go ahead and save the record. If you did accidentally create an individual record instead of a candidate record, you can use the blue edit pencil and then go ahead and check the box and fill in the information. And then resave the record. To add an organization record is very similar. We could go ahead and create a new organization. We can add an address. If you want to enter information about the industry, you can certainly do that. You'll want to make sure that you choose the organization type. Once you have all the information entered, you can go ahead and click Save. One thing to note here is if you choose an organization type, this will be committed as an organization record. So if you're looking to add a committee, you want to make sure that your organization type is blank and you check the committee checkbox. Then that will give you the options for choosing the committee type, the party affiliation, and then go ahead and enter the registration ID. For the FEC ID, this would be your C number, so C123456789, and then for your state, each of those will have their own method as well. Once the record is saved, excuse me, unlike the individual and candidate situation, if you accidentally save this record as an organization and it was supposed to be a committee, there is no way to actually change this back into a committee, because you can see the committee checkbox disappears. In that case, what you'll have to do is actually copy this record to a new record, choose the committee type, and then you can see this was actually converted into, it wasn't actually converted, this is actually create a new committee record, and then you can go back to the old organization record and go ahead and delete it.